This is Tim with Death by Metal STL, and I'm talking to
Marcus from Shattered Sun, vocalist.
Awesome, definitely. I guess the normal question: how's the tour been?
Great, man. This is actually my third show out. The guys have been on the road since the beginning of the tour, but I just had a baby girl. So,
okay.
Yeah, this is my third show out, and the guys have welcomed me, with open arms and treated me really well. And the show's been great, and I'm just thankful to be out here supporting.
Definitely. Where did the tour start?
In San Diego, and I had a good friend of mine, Chris Martis, used to sing for a band called Fire from the Gods.
Yeah. I know Channer.
Yeah, he used to be, I guess, the second singer. Yeah. So he took over for me for 9 shows, man, and it was a really good, thing to be able to see my daughter and all that good stuff.
And where's the tour end?
Tour ends for us in Austin. We're gonna go meet up and do a festival with Devil Driver and Bury Your Dead. In Austin. It's gonna be a big free event with free booze and free pizza. And, yeah, it's gonna be an awesome time, man.
What's the funnest thing about doing a tour?
I think for us, because we're from such a small town and we're in the middle of nowhere, man. Fuck Egypt, but. We get to get out and, see awesome cities and, eat awesome places. It's kind of bonding time and, get to hang out with the fans and turn some new people on to us. It's just, it's an adventure every day, man, especially for, 5 small town guys. We don't ever really get to do stuff like that except when we tour. So, So, yeah, that's what we love about it, dude.
What's the, here's a question. What's the worst thing that you don't like, or what's the thing that you just do not like about touring? Is it being away from family, or what's it?
No, I think all of our families are really supportive. I think we signed up for this like a long time ago. So, So I would say some of the things that suck about touring is like getting sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking running into asshole fucking sound guys, stuff like that. Stuff that makes it not easy to go about your day. But other than that, man, we're a pretty positive band. And, we're just happy to be out and doing what we love,
As far as what's been the perception? What's been the reaction of you guys being on tour and stuff like that?
Oh man, we've done plenty of great tours, man. This one, I think we fit really well with Active Defiance, I mean? So their crowd's really embracing us, what I mean? But I think the cool thing about Shattered Sun, man, is we've played with such a variety of acts, from Testament, Exodus, El Nino, Slayer, King Diamond. We've played with all those bands where we didn't quite fit in, but we were able to, turn some fans on and get people looking our way. So, any chance we get to get out there and do that, that's what we're gonna do.
What's, as far as you just named some heavy hitter bands?
Yeah.
What's some of your favorite memories being on tour and singing?
I think the first one for me has got to be our first tour with Testament and Exodus. Chuck's our manager, so we kind of got thrown into that situation pretty quickly, actually, and that was our first time ever really touring extensively like that. And just the way those guys treated us, those guys could have been the big rock stars, but instead they chose to be bros to us, what I mean? Teach us how to do it and bust our balls, fucking go in the van at 3 a.m, get us drunk. Stuff like that. And it kind of felt like they were, passing on the torch, and that's just something I hold, really, really close to me.
What's the album? When you guys make it, is it a joint collective thing? Is it something individual? Do people is there certain people that write songs? Is there certain people do the lyrics? How does that work?
Yeah, basically what it is Daniel and Jesse kind of get together with Rob, and they put the music together, and then they bring it to me, and then I'll kind of smoke a little bit, get some coffee in me, and just kind of see where the music takes me, man. I'm real about moods and feels, and letting the guitars and the drums take you to a certain place. So it's really organic, man. I know a lot of people now, they're real big into technology. It's so much easier to do things now with technology, but we're still pretty organic, man. Getting in a room together, working things out, guitars, bass, drums, a lot less computers and a lot more in each other's face.
Hands-on.
And I think that's what makes our music unique,
What? How long does it take to make an album?
Man, that's a tough one, man, because back in the day, things you can put 2, 3, 4 years into an album.
Right
now, just the cycle of what bands do, man, it's almost like a year.
Right.
Maybe less. You know what I mean? Like, and sometimes the music suffers, but then you can also see which bands are the really great ones. You know what I mean?
Right.
The ones that can really capitalize, because one thing that I did learn, man, is you have your whole life to write your first record. You don't.
Right.
Got maybe a year to write your second. So,
right.
That's when you're going to see who's who.
When you play with bigger bands and then you do a smaller tour like this, how important is promotion? How important? Do you do your own promoting, or do you? How do you do that?
Yeah, I mean, like just through our social medias. You know what I mean? We're really, really active. We also do like a lot of PR with Victory, our record label, and we just try and do every outlet we can. I know people always laugh at me, but I say, throw everything our way. We're a band that's not in a position to turn down any press or any publication.
Right.
So we do it all, and we do a lot of it ourselves, and we're just a band, trying day by day to climb the ladder. You know
right.
what
I mean? Who influenced you when you were younger to hey, this is what I want to do when I get older?
Oh man, the 3 major ones for me, man. The earliest would have to be Paul Stanley. He was just from Kiss. Just that was like my childhood, basically seeing like playing air guitar and stuff like that. But once Corey Taylor and Jonathan Davis and Rob Flynn, just took over my teenage years, that's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick up a microphone and do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit, if it wasn't for them, man, I don't think any of us would be, playing and doing the stuff that we're doing now.
Have you met any of them?
I've met Corey once in Corpus Christi. I've yet to meet Rob Flynn, even though our circles know each other.
They were just here.
Yeah, man. Our circles know each other really well. So hopefully one day it'll happen, man. And Paul Stanley actually did get to meet him. I got to see Kiss this past time that they came to Texas, and it was real brief. But I was like a 16-year-old girl, man. I was shot my pants.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's childhood, man. I mean, he's the person that like made me first, get into rock. You know what I mean? So it's pretty huge.
It's like when I met Gene Simmons, when we saw him at the Wizard World. I mean, he was there for 3 days, and I walked past one time and I said, hey Gene, and he was, he looked at me and he's just like, God, I listened to that guy growing up,
Yeah,
but it was, it is what it is. But I ask this question to every band, when Metallica started and Anthrax and all these influential bands that kind of changed what metal was going to, and they've lasted 30 years and over 30 years, but a lot of bands come out nowadays. Do you think there's going to be that stability for them as they grow on? Because I know Hatebreed and Lamb of God were 25 years, Goat Horse 25 years, but do you think that's going to continue or not?
I'm very mixed on it, simply because in my heart, I want metal to be that again.
Right.
In my heart, we're the type of band that's trying to bridge the gap from mainstream to metal. You know what I mean? And just our style of music, we're trying to show people like, yo, it's not all growls and devil worshiping.
Oh, yeah.
Open your fucking mind a little bit.
Right,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
So we're trying to, as a band that's trying to bridge that gap in my heart, yes, I really want that. But as a businessman, and learning this business and this music industry, it's a little hard for me to believe that, but there's also opportunity there. You know what I mean?
Right.
You have to change with the times. You know what I mean? You might not get 100 million album sales all over the world, but hey, you can still get 100 million streams all over the world. And what it is now is about touring, man. And if you're not willing to tour your product and get out there to fans, then it's pretty difficult, especially for a metal band.
It is, and I think the internet, they didn't have that back then. So they got big on nothing. I mean, just word of mouth and just newspapers and magazines, and I think the magazines died off because of the internet.
Yeah.
But I think there's no excuse nowadays for a band to not promote themselves.
Oh, of course.
Because you have such wide adversity to kind of push yourself.
And it's so easy, man. I mean, it is that you can operate in your hand.
In your hand.
Yeah.
We never thought that when we were kids. We were just like, we gotta have this thing, and it was like awesome. But when growing up, what was your first metal concert, and what was your first metal album you ever bought?
Ooh. Okay, first metal album. I guess, rock album that I owned was Love Gun. That was it for me, man. Fucking I Stole Your Love, all those songs, man.
Right.
They changed my life. First metal concert I ever went to wasn't. I want to say it was Slipknot, but I'm thinking it was Korn. Family Values Tour, 1999. But I want to say Slipknot was kind of around that time. I don't know, man. It was either Slipknot or it was Korn. One of those tours. And,
right.
You know, both huge bands to me. So either one that it was, you know, definitely altered my life. You know. So I think it's cool to go see Korn now and go see Slipknot now, and you're just like, wow, man, you know, they're still out here changing the game, and that's huge, man. It gives bands like us hope, you know.
Do you like playing the bigger festivals than the smaller tours? Do you prefer stuff like that? I
love both, man. I love festivals because it's metal summer camp, man.
Right.
It's okay to crack open a beer at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
Everybody's just, you know, game to have a good time, and I think the people are too.
Right.
But I do love these, you know, intimate gigs a little bit more, just because I think the vibe is a little different, and I think we can play a little different music than what we would at a festival. I think festivals fast, in your face, give them the quickest, heaviest stuff you got, and everybody's gonna fucking go nuts, you know. But I think with these, I think you can experiment a little bit, which we'll be doing tonight, so I'm sure you guys will hear.
Definitely. What's your next show after this?
I think it's tomorrow in Detroit. Yeah. Excited to go there.
Is there a place that you've ever? I'm sure you have. I've been starting to ask this question. Is there a place that you've ever showed up and you're just like, are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Like this is happening?
Oh yeah, man. Several different occasions. You know what I mean? But I think the one thing that just really bugs me now is just why do venues have like toilets with no door? It's like we're humans too. Men are human too, man. Like
I've never
it's like everywhere. Like maybe the past 3 nights there's been toilets with like no doors, so you're just left in there, and if somebody comes in, you're just like, hey,
you're just sitting there like, hey, what's going on? How you doing?
That's like, get a fucking door, man. Come on.
Are you serious?
Get a door, man. That's something that I run into all the time, and I'm just like, God damn it, that sucks, because it just ruins the whole night for everybody.
As far as have you guys toured in Europe and
no, we've planning to go to Europe this year. Later on in the year, we've been to Canada, we've been to Mexico. So
how was Mexico?
Fun, man. We were able to, sing some of our songs in Spanish and, relate to people on a different level. You know what I mean? And that's pretty cool. But, it's also cool going to Canada and singing in Spanish too. I'm gonna fucking sing in Spanish tonight. So it's, it's cool being able to take our hometown, everywhere with us. We're it from our hometown, you know what I mean? Like for us to be out here representing, doing what we're able to do, it's just it's a blessing, man. We're able to carry a torch for a lot of people.
What's the response like in your hometown? Are they kind of shell-shocked that, hey, you guys got big? And
yeah, but I mean, it never ever changed any one of us. People come up to me all the time at Walmart or HEB or any of the places around town, and like, you still live here? It's like, yeah, man, I love it here. I mean, I'm gonna raise my kids here, and it's we've never not been the small town guys, and I think that's something that's kept us as tight knit and successful. You know what I mean?
Last question. Whenever you go out and you go to different cities, what do you guys do for fun? Do you guys do you look at the sites? Do you search for food?
Yeah.
What do you do?
It's usually, it's kind of stupid, but we look up diners, drive-ins, and dives, and just kind of like find places in the area. It's usually like a tough thing being able to like do sites and stuff like that, because we're usually in a hurry all the time. But anytime that we do, it's always a cool thing. Like going to New York and seeing a bunch of cool stuff. We got to go see Ground Zero and the New World Trade Center.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's just when you get to do stuff like that. it's just stuff we see on TV from my town. You know what I mean? And to be there is just wow, pretty
I would
intense.
think that would just be breathtaking at times, because it's like to see things like that and travel all over the world. You see things that no one will ever.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you'll never see. So
exactly, and a lot of people from my hometown, man. It's it's definitely not a knock on everybody, because we were these type of people too. You're brought up there to work in the oil field.
Right.
That's what you do. And that's what we were doing. And we were kind of
to get out of there, it was
to get out and to have dreams like this. People are just like, dude, get real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gonna work this job, and you're gonna make 20 something bucks an hour, and you're gonna have 4 kids by the time you're 26, 27. And we were the anti that.
right.
And so now that we got the opportunity to do that, most people from there hold us pretty high. You know what I mean? And,
Right.
we let them live vicariously through us, man. We're always posting stuff on social media, and trying to bring our hometown with us everywhere we go.
As far as the, I thought it was going to be last question, but the as far as like doing anything for the rest of 2018 with a new album or anything like that, I mean, what do you guys got planned?
I know we are going to do a few more tours before we wrap up this album cycle,
Right.
because we really want to get to that 3rd record. And like I said earlier, we took 2 years to get from the 1st to the 2nd. I think this year we want to just take a year to get to the 3rd.
Right.
And this game's about gambling, man. And the good thing is, we get to gamble with my best friends.
Yeah, definitely. It's awesome.
That's really cool, man.
But thank you for doing the interview, and I'm excited to see Shattered Sun this evening.
Awesome.
And we'll go from there. But thank you so much. All right.